Paul, reporting abuse or neglect by phone. The scene shows the outside of an office building. Cut to interior, a woman is at her computer typing as she answers the phone.
Statewide Intake, this is Jennifer. Thank you for holding. Are you calling about an adult or a child?
An adult, my brother.
An older woman sits on her couch and talks on the phone to the woman in the office.
Okay, and what is your name?
My name's Patty Evans.
What is your address?
800 Sugarbush Lane in Marshfield, Wisconsin, 54449.
And a good phone number for you?
715-555-1212.
And do you have a secondary phone number that can be listed?
No, I don't.
All right, now I need some information about your brother. What is his name?
His name is Paul Jones.
And what is Paul's address?
Let me look here. It's 487 County Road 2250, and that's in Smith, Texas.
And what is his phone number?
512-555-2929.
And is that a landline or a cell phone?
That's a cell phone.
Okay. And what is Paul's date of birth?
It's February 14th. He's 64, and I can't remember the year.
That's okay, we can use the approximate age. What is Paul's marital status?
He's widowed.
All right, and do you happen to know his social security number?
Let me look. No, I don't have that information.
Okay, that is not a problem. What is his race and ethnicity?
He's white.
And does Paul speak English or?
Yes, he speaks English.
Does anybody else live in the home with Paul?
No, he lives alone.
All right, well, since he's 64 and does not automatically qualify for Adult Protective Services based on his age alone, is Paul disabled or does he need any assistance with his activities of daily living, like walking, bathing, cooking, or cleaning?
Yes, he needs help with all of those. He's had MS for the last 10 years. He used to use a cane some of the time, and recently he's using it all of the time. And he also has COPD, and he needs oxygen.
So he has multiple sclerosis and COPD. Does he have any other disabilities or diagnoses?
He has high blood pressure and dementia.
This scene switches to an elderly man struggling to walk up a steep flight of stairs. The man is wearing a thin white t-shirt and shorts and using a cane.
Okay, so what made you call us today?
Well, I talked to Paul a couple times during the week, and when I was speaking to him this morning, his breathing was really hard. He was having a difficult time breathing, and he was having a hard time getting around the house.
Do you know why Paul's breathing was labored or if he was using his oxygen at the time?
Yeah, he said something about rationing his oxygen. If he uses it the way he's supposed to, he'll be out of it by tomorrow. So he's rationing it to make it last till Monday when he can get a refill.
The two women continue to talk as the scene shows Paul struggling to stand up from his bed while adjusting his oxygen tank.
How often is he supposed to be using his oxygen?
All the time, even when he's sleeping.
I see. And did Paul say how he was rationing the remaining oxygen?
No, when I kept asking him questions about it, he just got real upset, and then he hung up on me.
The scene shows Paul talking on a cell phone, becoming very agitated.
Have you been able to get in touch with Paul since this morning?
No, no. So we called the Smith Police Department, and they went out to the house. And when the officer got out there, Paul refused to open the door, but the officer got a little look into the house, and he said it was filthy.
The scene shows a police officer speaking to Paul through a screen door.
Your sister called you worried about you.
Okay, and what exactly did he say was filthy about the house?
Well, inside the house are 4 dogs, and there were feces all over the living room. And the officer said that as he was walking up to the house, he could smell a real strong smell of urine.
Fine.
And I also think that Paul may not have enough food in the house, and that he might be eating some of the dog food.
Paul walks away from the officer very agitated. The officer stands at the door and peers around the older home while dogs bark in the background.
Are there any other concerns about the household conditions?
No, except that the officer did say something about Paul not having sound judgment. All the windows in the house were open. Paul was walking around in a real thin t-shirt and shorts, and it was 40 degrees outside.
The scene changes back to the 2 women talking back and forth as Paul's sister gives information to the agent.
Do you know if he has any warm clothes and blankets for the cold months?
Yes, he has sweaters, he has warm pants, and he has blankets.
Does Paul have a legal guardian or receive any services under a Medicaid waiver program?
No, he does not have a legal guardian, and I don't know anything about waiver services.
The scene shows Paul again sitting on his bed wearing his oxygen mask.
Okay, and does Paul receive provider services or any outside assistance?
No. Paul's wife, Linda, she was taking care of him, but she died 2 weeks ago. And I just don't think Paul can take care of himself.
Does he have a support system of family or any friends nearby?
No.
The scene switches back to the 2 women talking on the phone.
No. His neighbors are a couple miles away, and all family is up north here.
All right. I appreciate you calling us today and being so patient and answering all of my questions. I'm definitely glad you called this in right away because it does sound like he needs assistance as soon as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and send out a case to Adult Protective Services for Paul, and I will recommend the highest priority due to Paul's limited oxygen supply and poor home environment.
Okay, very good. Thank you. We really appreciate it. We're worried about him.
Oh, that is not a problem. Let me give you your call ID number, and I'll go ahead and get this sent out.
Okay.
If you have a pen and paper, I'll go ahead and give you that number.
Oh, okay, I'm ready.
Okay, the call ID is going to be 000 78 643. And once again, I really appreciate you calling us tonight. If you do need to add or update anything, you can give us a call back and give the call ID number to whoever answers, and then they can go ahead and send that additional information on to the local office. And we are open 24/7, even on the holidays, so feel free to give us a call whenever you need to.
Okay. All right, thank you very much.
No problem, and thank you for giving us a call tonight.
Okay, well, have a nice evening. Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
To make a phone report of suspected abuse, neglect, or financial exploitation, call the abuse hotline 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, toll free 1-800-252-5400.